Western officials have revealed a plan to create a so-called reassurance force for Ukraine. Larisa Brown, the Times defense editor, wrote on X, "The plan envisages strengthening support for Ukraine and ensuring stability on its territory in the context of ongoing aggression from Russia." According to the information released, the structure of the confidence group will include several key components: deployment of up to 30,000 European troops in Ukraine's main cities, ports, and critical national infrastructure. Officials stressed that the troops would not be deployed in the east of the country. Technical monitoring of the border using reconnaissance aircraft, drones, satellites, and other surveillance equipment to get a full picture of what's going on. Protecting Ukraine's airspace to ensure safety and restore commercial air travel. This effort includes the ability to quickly respond to attacks and intercept them. US support will be provided through the deployment of US aircraft in Romania and Poland, ready to respond immediately if necessary. Additionally, it is envisaged to form large ground forces on the eastern border with readiness for rapid deployment in emergency situations. According to Western officials, the main goal of these measures is to strengthen Ukraine's security and ensure reliable protection of its key facilities and civilian infrastructure. Previously, discussions of such initiatives have caused disagreement among EU countries, but against the backdrop of the worsening situation on the front and ongoing Russian attacks, European states and the United States are demonstrating a determination to act in a more coordinated and effective manner. Recall the UK is considering sending Typhoon fighter jets to Ukraine as part of an air mission to patrol its airspace. British ministers are currently discussing this scenario as an alternative to deploying a significant number of peacekeeping troops in Ukraine. The mission would be similar to the one currently conducted in the Baltic states, involving escorting Russian aircraft and providing round-the-clock air threat response. Anonymous government sources told The Times that despite discussions, such a mission would require a substantial number of aircraft and air defense systems. Around a dozen Typhoon fighters could maintain constant combat readiness to repel Russian air attacks alongside UK and European peacekeeping forces in Ukraine. Meanwhile, a source within the Royal Air Force said that while the mission is highly likely, discussions remain in the early stages and no final decision has been made. If approved, the Typhoon fighters would be stationed at air bases in Poland near the border, from where they could quickly respond to potential threats. Earlier, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer said his country is ready to deploy its troops. His readiness to deploy British troops to Ukraine as peacekeepers has triggered immediate calls from lawmakers for parliamentary involvement in any such decision.
German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and opposition leader Friedrich Merz faced off in a final debate on German television on Wednesday ahead of elections next Sunday. According to Associated Press, during the debate the candidates touched on migration, the economy, and security. Pre-election polls have put Merz's center-right Union bloc in the lead, with Scholz's Social Democrats and Robert Habeck's Greens further back. Scholz said during the debate that many voters remained undecided. Some people will go to the election, into the polling booth, and only then decide who and which party to vote for. And I believe that in the end, many will vote for the SPD and give me a new mandate to lead, he said. Merz responded saying, "No miracle will happen over the next 4 days. Your chancellorship should be over on Sunday." In the election campaign, Merz has made curbing irregular migration a central issue, demanding a more restrictive approach, particularly since a deadly knife attack recently by a rejected asylum seeker. The way he has done so prompted opponents to accuse him of breaking a taboo and endangering mainstream parties' firewall against the far-right Alternative for Germany. He insists his position is unchanged and that he didn't and won't work with the party. In Wednesday's debate, Merz said he would only sign a coalition agreement that included a turnaround in both migration and economic policy. There was also space for some humor during the appearance, with both candidates joking about the other's hobbies.
Bundeskanzler, laut Umfragen droht der SPD am Sonntag jetzt die größte Wahlpleite seit 1890, wenn ich richtig gerechnet habe. Das ist dann dieser Absturz auf 15%. Was haben Sie sich für das heutige Duell vorgenommen, um das Blatt noch zu wenden?
Ich gehe von dem aus, was Sie eingangs auch gesagt haben und hier auch schon diskutiert worden ist. Viele sind sehr unentschlossen. Ich bin überzeugt, diesmal wird es etwas geben, das es in diesem Ausmaß ganz selten gab in früheren Wahlen. Nämlich, dass einige auch zur Wahl gehen in der Wahlkabine und sich erst dann entscheiden, wen und welche Partei sie wählen. Und ich glaube, dass am Ende dann viele doch das Kreuz machen, die Kreuze machen bei der SPD und auch mir einen neuen Auftrag geben, die nächste Regierung zu führen.
Und Herr Bundeskanzler, da wird jetzt kein Wunder mehr passieren über die nächsten 4 Tage. Ihre Kanzlerschaft dürfte am Sonntag beendet sein.
Ich setze mich ja nicht für ein Wunder ein, sondern für eine demokratische Wahl, weil es anders ausgeht, als Sie sich das zurechtlegen.
Ja, gut, ich lege mir das nicht zurecht. Wir haben relativ stabile, klare Umfrageergebnisse und da müsste nun schon ein wirkliches Wunder passieren, dass sich daran noch einmal etwas ändert bei dem Abstand, den wir zueinander haben. Ich bin mir über eines vollkommen im Klaren, unabhängig davon, wer die nächste Bundesregierung stellen wird und wie sie zusammengesetzt sein wird. Wir müssen in den nächsten 4 Jahren 2 große Probleme dieses Landes lösen. Das ist die Migration und das ist die Wirtschaft. Und wenn wir diese beiden Probleme nicht lösen, dann stehen Sie und wir und alle demokratischen Parteien der politischen Mitte bei der Bundestagswahl 2029 nicht vor einem nächsten Regierungswechsel.
Genau,
sondern dann werden wir endgültig in den Rechtspopulismus abrutschen. Und ich stehe hier, Frau Horn, um genau das zu vermeiden. Und deswegen ist die Antwort sehr klar. Ich werde nur einen Koalitionsvertrag unterschreiben, in dem die Migrationswende und die Wirtschaftswende enthalten sind.
Herr Scholz, Friedrich Merz ist ja Hobbypilot. Würden Sie zu ihm ins Flugzeug steigen, sich von ihm fliegen lassen?
Ja.
Warum?
Ich nehme an, er hat den Pilotenschein zurecht.
Jetzt fragen Sie mich auch noch, ob ich ihn mitnehmen würde.
Nein, achso, ja doch, vielleicht, ja. Würden Sie?
Es kommt darauf an, von wo nach wo. Also zum Beispiel von Berlin nach Hause nach Hamburg, ja, biete ich ihn an.
Das Hobby von Olaf Scholz ist bekanntermaßen das Rudern. Würden Sie zu ihm ins Ruderboot einsteigen?
Ja, und da ich ganz gut schwimmen kann, auch ohne Schwimmweste.
Und wer macht die Arbeit?
Na er.
Wenn man zu zweit rudert, rudern beide.
Okay.
Ich bin in der Regel Schlagmann, wenn ich zu zweit ruder. Das finde ich ziemlich gut. Aber ich glaube, es kommt da schon auf Koordination an und dass man einander vertraut im Boot.
President Donald Trump appeared on his first joint TV interview with Elon Musk, aired in prime time on Fox News Channel, which was pre-recorded and conducted by Sean Hannity. According to Associated Press, the president acknowledged his goals to rein down inflation and suggested that Musk's Department of Government Efficiency would find over $1 trillion of what the administration considers wasteful government spending. Trump mentioned during that same interview that Musk is probably not that happy with things like tax breaks for electric vehicles likely not being included in tax legislation now being discussed in Congress, but he said Musk didn't seek special treatment for Tesla. "I haven't asked the president for anything, ever," Musk added. Asked about potential conflicts of interest between Musk's governmental efforts and his businesses and how they will be handled, Trump said he won't be involved, and Musk said he'd recuse himself. Musk has drawn criticism from Democrats in Congress and others for the methods he and his team at DOGE are using to cut spending, including foreign aid, and eliminate jobs across the bureaucracy. The joint interview follows Musk's appearance with Trump in the Oval Office last week, when both defended Musk's approach to federal cost-cutting.